It's another episode of the On the Mic podcast, and in a very busy weekend of combat sports. This man may have had one of my favorite finishes of the weekend, if not the year. And he was probably one of the most active fighters in 2022. The
Yes,
new
sir.
champ in LFA, Chris Breezy Brown. Sir, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, man. Now, listen, that fight in itself, fantastic fight, fantastic finish.
Thank you.
What was it like for you in the cage? Obviously belt on the line, but just your body work obviously was incredible. That's how you
Appreciate you.
got the finish. But what was fight night like for you?
Fight night was it was awesome. I felt the best I ever felt going into a fight. Had the easiest weight cut I ever had for a fight. Thank you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. It was the best weight cut I've ever had. I was highly motivated. Especially, the guys had me as a plus 380 underdog. So I was highly motivated to go in there and show these people that like I said, they had me fucked up.
Yeah, it's hard to deny you now, right? You've got the gold to prove it. But man, I know there's so much about you as a person, not just you as a fighter, your story, everything about you. It's truly special. I'll get into that in a minute. But what was it like in that moment? Obviously, everyone fights to get to the bigger stage. Obviously, you called for it. But when the belt's wrapped around you, given everything you've gone through in your career, in your life, when it all came together, what did that moment feel like for you?
It was a culmination of all the hard work that I've put in. Um, it really was just amazing to be able to perform the way I did in front of friends and family that came out there to support me. Flew all the way out to Cali. A lot of people. Um, it just culmination of all the hard work and just solidified that I am where I am supposed to be, and just letting people know that they can't sleep on me.
I mean, a plus 380 underdog, and then you go in and get the first round finish, take the belt. I mean, it's hard to sleep on you these days now,
Exactly.
Mr. Chris Brown. But
They gotta put the respect on my name. I don't. They keep having me as these major underdogs against people who ain't never fought anybody. I've been fighting killers all across the country. I've been fighting. I haven't turned down no fights. I've been fighting the hardest people out here. Everybody else taking the easy way out.
and to that, obviously you've got a great team at JacksonWink. What have your coaches, your teammates, anyone in particular, what have they meant to you in your career and just all that you're doing?
They have meant the world to me. I couldn't do this by myself. Especially having Coach Wink believe in me so much, uh, and being there for me all the time. He's like a father figure to me. And just knowing how much he believes and has been here for me, and everything that he has done for me and the team is just it's a blessing.
Now, obviously, when you have a world-class gym behind you, world-class coaches, world-class teammates, it definitely helps. But man, you've been through so much. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a gunshot to the head, correct?
Yeah, I got shot in the head. This is the exit wounds right here.
I mean,
Came in right here. Guy was shooting at me in the middle of the street. I swerved, came in, blew out my window. I had drove home, blood squirting all across the dashboard. I was like, and I had a fragment in my forehead, so it was burning. And so, I'm driving down the street like, I got a bullet in my head, and I'm squirting blood everywhere. So I was like, I can't keep bleeding like this. Um, I had a Breaking Bad T-shirt on. I took it off and wrapped it around my head, and to tourniquet my to stop the bleeding, and then drove home, took a shower, smoked a blunt. My cousin came home like, "What are you doing?" Go to the hospital. I was like, "I'm gonna go." I was like, "Give me some time."
That
But
might
I
be
ended up
wilder
doing.
than the way you fight. I mean, that is, and you're, and they say this obviously in a good way. You're a wild fighter, and you never stop going. And to that, man, one, obviously glad that it didn't take it didn't take you away from this career. It didn't take you away from life. Obviously, the most important thing. But
Right.
when you're, it's easy to be a fighter and go, F those guys, I'm a plus 380. But when you've been through that, and I don't know many people who are like, I got a bullet in my head, I'm gonna go smoke a blunt and take a shower and chill. But but when you're in this, when you've gone through that and you're like, I'm a plus 380 for a world title fight in LFA, a well-respected organization, there's nothing that's gonna stop me from taking this moment, because I've literally faced the worst adversity a person could face, and you just walked right through it. And yeah, not an undefeated record, but man, you got a hell of a record. And so it just seems like you just walked down adversity and punched it in the face.
Yeah, I was like, I've been through so much crazy stuff in my life. Uh, just the fighting is the easy part of shit. Really cutting weights harder than the fights itself. But I conquered that now. The last two fights were the easiest cuts I've ever had, and I put on some great performances. So I'm evolving. I'm getting better at everything that I do. Everything's getting a lot easier the more I'm doing it, and it's just a testament, just because I've survived through so much already.
What have you done differently? What is there just kind of a planning for the weight cut? Is it changed your diet? What's helped the weight cut?
Just not getting so big. Last Thanksgiving, I was 220 after Thanksgiving. So starting camps at 210, 205, like I was just doing, it was just way too much weight for me to be cutting, and in 4 weeks, because I usually only get like 4 weeks to make weight. So it was just way too much weight to be going down. So I didn't go over 195 this camp, these last two camps, especially this time. I was just really on it, running 9 miles a day.
Well,
So
obviously,
I just had to crack down.
with that, man, I know, and obviously, listen, I never get mad at fighters who like to enjoy their non-fight time, right? Gain that weight, but if you're doing it, in an intelligent way, that's even better. And props to you for recognizing, a change had to be made. With all that said, man, the easy question is, what's next, all that. But what is it? You kind of talked about your team. You talked a little bit about your adversity. I want to know everything about Chris Brown, man. I'm personally, a fan of yours. I love the way you fight. I try to focus on making the audience find out who the fighter is as a person, not just as a fighter. We know who you are as a fighter. We just saw what you can do. But man,
Right.
and I don't just say this because John Jones was in that gym at one point. I'm saying this because I've talked to your team. I've talked to some of your teammates, your Davion Franklin's,
Yeah.
there's so many guys and girls that walk into Albuquerque and they've battled, excuse my language, they've battled through some shit.
Yes,
And
for sure.
sometimes gyms, just like your everyday job, because it is a job for you guys, they tell you, if you work at a corporate job, hey, leave your shit at the door. We don't want it. But adversity and going through some shit kind of builds character in this sport. And it's probably the foundation at JacksonWink. So if you can, and maybe I'm wrong, obviously there's so much more that builds the foundation of JacksonWink, but there's so many fighters collectively together who have gone through something in their personal life and they've come out stronger on the other side. And it's a credit to JacksonWink and the entire coaching staff there. With that said, what is it like knowing your teammate or the other guy you're training with? They've also, maybe you don't want to go to the gym. Maybe you don't want to train. Maybe you hurt, but they're going to be there and you're going to be there. What is it like going through war with people who have gone through similar wars?
It's great because we're all so similar. We've all been through it, so we all know the struggle, and we're all here to better our lives and to better ourselves. And so when you have that common goal, it's easy to grow together.
Absolutely, man. What I'm I'm gonna ask you what do you want and what's next for you, but obviously we talked about the gunshot, man, but what keeps you going? Because and again, say this respectfully, I love your fighting style. It's not made for everyone. Not many fighters can hold up the pace, the intensity, the wildness that you fight with. There's something in Chris Brown that makes him fight this way. Obviously, it's not just your talent, your IQ of the sport. What was it in life that you were like, what was it just that incident with the bullet in the head, or what was it that you were like, I'm going to go take everything I want and I'm going to do it my way. And we see how that is.
The getting shot was just the catalyst I needed to do. I've always been this type of person. I can be absent-minded. I can lose focus real fast. Like I got a horrible attention span, but fighting keeps me grounded, and I get up and do what I love every day. Especially after I got shot, I completely changed my life. I moved out here, and I just really made me focus on this is what I want to do. This is an opportunity to change my life and the people around me, a way to inspire people uh, that have been through similar situations or are going through a similar situation, uh, trying to avoid a similar situation. So I get a lot out of it, just knowing that I can affect people and affect myself. And it's just life changing because I went from getting shot to fighting for world titles. Like it's a crazy journey that I've been on, and all the obstacles that I've faced, how hard it was to get fights in the beginning, um, everyone that I've had to go against, getting screwed and split decisions and not losing the faith. Because there's times where I'm like, shit, man, they trying to age me out. They trying to edge me out because I'm getting older, and they're playing with me because he's old, but I'm 33. But they're trying to act like I'm just old as dirt or something. Like got denied because my age. Like Bellator didn't want to put me into their developmental league. I was like, I don't need a developmental league. Just put me some fights. They're like, oh, he's too old. We want young guys. Like, so I've been dealing with all types of bullshit, and it was just staying the course. Wink always tell me, everybody's journey's different. Just stay on the grind. Even Bones used to tell me, he's like, man, if you just stick with it, if you stay at the gym, you're gonna get your opportunities. So I've just kept it on it. Couldn't stop.
I mean, it's crazy to tell a 33-year-old man that he's Asian and he's old, because I'm gonna be 31 next year. If I'm gonna be old in 2 years, man, I don't wanna get old. You know what I mean? It's so,
Yeah,
but
Dr. Bo just posted something. They said middle age is 35 now. So I'm like, what the fuck?
but I believe the beauty of this sport in any promotion, obviously the ones that will take you or sign fighters no matter what, are the ones I'm specifically talking about. But yeah, last weekend at UFC 282, we just had the youngest fighter in history win a fight. That's all great, but give me the Chris Browns of the world. Give me the fighter. Give me Why is Glover Teixeira one of almost everyone's favorite light heavyweight? Because he's doing it at that's the beauty of mixed martial arts. You may think father time and this and that. Like, we know when LeBron James is going to slow down, even though he's superhuman. We see Tom Brady
Right.
slowing down. There's fighters at 30 freaking 8, 39, 40 years old. You can't tell them no.
Because what did Cormier didn't get in, so like he was like 34, 35, something like that.
Right. So, my point is, with all of that, I think it's foolish for anyone to say to you that, oh, we can't take him because of his age, this, that, whatever. So with that being said, and you've got the belt, you're riding momentum, the stock in Chris Brown couldn't be higher right now. What do you want next?
Man, I want my UFC shot. They offered me a fight before, but it was at the wrong weight class. Like they offered me a fight at 145. Like I'm not a 45er. I just wanted my legit shot at being in the big leagues. because I've been training with these guys. I've been fighting with these guys for years now. So the people know what I'm capable of. You know, I've been training with the Derek Brunsons and BJ Penn and, you know, Holly Holmes, John Jones, Diego Sanchez, uh, everybody. I've been Andre Arlovsky. I've been training with everybody for so long. John Dawson. These people have been in my life and been inspiring me, you know, and I've been banging with these guys for so long. It's just finally able to, I want to be able to show the world that I'm supposed to be there. And this is what I do. And nobody in the world fights like I do. Nobody does what I do.
Nobody, literally nobody fights like you, man. I won't take up too much of your time. I appreciate you making the time for me this
Yeah,
evening.
my
Just a couple
phone's
more
about to
questions.
die. I've been over here on the run all day.
No, you're perfectly fine. With that said, do you have an idea of when you would like? Did you fought 4 times this year?
I'm trying to go. I'm going back to Albuquerque on Friday. I'll be back in the gym next week.
Would you like before March or by March?
Oh, I want to fight by February. I want to fight.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not trying to take too much shit. If they give me a fight at the end of January, I'll be down to fight in January. I want to go. I want to be able to fight 4 or 5 times a year. I want to go. I don't want to sit and, you know, people fight once or twice a year. No, I'm trying to go. I want to fight 4 or 5 times a year.
Now I gotta ask because you know this is a podcast, right? Any specific fighter, anybody you're looking at that you would like to fight at the next level?
Fuck them all.
You sign me up, man. You sign me up. I'm here
Hey,
to watch all
I'm
your
down.
fights.
I was like, I ain't turned down no fights before. I ain't turning them down now. I want all the smoke. Give me whoever you can give me.
I love it. What and I know you talked about, you know, no one fights like you. You've been training with the very best. But what is Chris Brown's message to the UFC and to those who haven't got on the hype yet?
Get on, cause I'm coming. You can't deny me. That's what I said in the after the fight. Like, I don't know what y'all watching to have me be an underdog in these fights, because nobody's doing what I'm doing and nobody's as smooth as I am with it.
Well, man, it was a
I'm the
hell of
most
a
exciting.
performance.
I'm one of the most exciting fighters in the world.
No
Hands
arguments here.
down.
Yeah, no arguments here, man. I've been a fan of yours for a while, so I'm super happy and thankful we were able to do this. I'd love to talk to you again before your next fight. I really appreciate the
Yeah,
conversation.
when we get something locked in, I'm definitely down to come right back on.
I can't wait, and hopefully it's at the next level. I mean, why not? Why not? It was a hell of a performance. Congratulations to you on winning the belt. Beautiful performance. Chris Brown, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll talk again soon.
Yeah, let me show you guys the belt one time before y'all leave.
All right. Yes.
I got it with me.
I love it.
With me.
I love it.
I got it with me in the city.
That's awesome, man. That's pretty dope. Good on you. Good for you. Happy for you, man. Like I said, not just saying this because you're on the show. I've been, as a fight fan, been a fan of yours for a while. So really appreciate it. Congrats again. That's awesome. That's sick, man.
Thank you, bro.
Chris Brown, ladies and gentlemen, sir, thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.